Hi everyone, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So it's Monday, which means it's time to decorate. So let's jump on in. I'm going to grab these weeks out. Just put the planner off to the side. So this week I'm going to be using the gorgeous Planners Anonymous Seaside box. I did do an unboxing of this a few weeks ago, so I will link that down below for you. But I'm really scared, and I'm scared because I'm scared to use anything in here. It's just too pretty. I don't want to, but it's too pretty not to use. So I'm just biting the bullet and I'm going to go with it. So I'm actually stealing the first part of my idea from the creator, from Sammy. She did this in a YouTube video or a tutorial on her channel. And what she did was she used this beautiful piece of paper and she tore it to make it look like waves. And I loved it the second I saw it, because that's just to me how water should look. So I'm going to do this kind of in a funny way. I'm going to do it upside down. When I think about if my planner page was an ocean, was a sort of a view, you would put the sky up here and the sea down here. I don't want to do that, and I don't want to do it because this is not wide enough to have as many waves as I like. So I'm going to do it the opposite way. So it's kind of like I'm standing on shore looking out to sea is kind of where I'm going with this. So we'll start off with this absolutely gorgeous piece of paper, and I'm still super scared. I don't want to. What if I break it? Of course I'm going to break it. Okay. So what we're going to do, so it's got the shells on that side and the beautiful waves on this side. So I'm just going to tear this, and I'm just going to tear it really gently. There we go. And see how you get the white at the top here? And that's sort of what's going to look like the waves. So I'm just tearing reasonably gently. I'm trying not to have too big of a gap here because I don't want to waste this piece of paper, because we're not going to get to use it. I'm just tearing along. The reason we're not going to use this bit at the top is because the waves are round the wrong way. So that would have the waves on that side because you want the white. So what I'm going to do then is going to put that where I want it and trim off the excess, because then we're going to repeat the process for the other side. So you can either measure it or you can just cut it. I think I'll just measure it and cut it for now. Don't mind if I have a little bit of extra, scary as that sounds. So I'm just going to cut that. Oh, so scary using this paper, it's so pretty. And then I didn't do it low enough. Grr. So I really wanted it to sit there. Just double check that you can't do it on that side. Because it's a different shape sort of all along, it'll depend on how far down it sits. I think that was why I thought that was going to cover it. We'll cover it with a sticker, it'll be fine. Just trying to think how I fix this. What I might do, I need to use another bit anyway, like I need to cut another bit. So what I'm going to do is make sure it's as long as I need it. See, this is what I was scared of, was making a mistake. This paper is too pretty to waste. I don't want to waste it. So I've cut that one, or measured that one a bit higher than I wanted it. Okay, so that's where I want that. So I'm going to tear along this bottom, and I'm going to be really close to the bottom, which I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to give it a shot. So I'm going to tear this the same way I did the other bit. So that one will sit on the bottom. And I'll cut a little bit extra off on the top, so there'll be 2 layers on the top, because that actually looks like waves. That actually looks really cool. I like that. Thank you, Sammy, for the idea. So I'm going to stick this down and then go ahead and do the other side, and I'll be back in just a sec. Alrighty, so I made a bit of a boo-boo there and I stuck it on the wrong side. So I've just cut it off. This means that when I put this down, it needs to be a little bit, I need to be really careful with it because it is going to be just the right size. And I have to make sure it sits perfectly. There we go. Whew. That was nearly a catastrophic boo-boo. So what it means is that my other side of the page is all sticky. So right now it's absolutely stuck to my desk. So I'm just trying to pull that off gently. There we go. Done a little bit of damage, but it'll be fine. So I'm just going to really quickly go and fix this, and I'll be back in just a second. Alrighty, so all I've done on that other side is just rubbed it off with an eraser. It's my favourite thing about these glue dots, they do come off. Because I did do a little bit of damage to the paper, I'm going to stop there. It's not sticky anymore, so it'll be fine until I decorate next week. But if you want to see how I fix that problem, make sure you're watching next week. So, now that I've fixed it, that's what our waves sort of look like. There's just something there that I'm not happy with. It's a little bit of brown, but it'll be fine. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to sort out what I'm going to put on the bottom, as in, is it going to be sand, which I don't really like that. So I'm just jumping back into the box. I'm just checking. I don't want to use the palm trees. That one kind of looks like sand. I'm going to put a line of sand on the bottom. Okay, so Ryan's told me that we're using sand. Sometimes he does actually have really good ideas. What I was sort of umming and ahhing was, do I do sand or do I put, I'm just trying to find it, this row of washi tape on the bottom. It's kind of going to look, actually, what I'll do is I'll do one of each because I don't mind pulling a little bit of that washi tape over. So I'm just cutting a thin strip. And that one doesn't have to be as thick. I don't mind if it sits just there. So I'm just going to stick that down. So I can either leave it like that. And this is what the other side would look like if I just use washi tape. What I actually think I'm going to do is use the sand and the washi tape, because I just think it'll look cool. So I'm just going to put that just along the top, kind of covering the gap, but not really. There we go. And then just cutting off the excess. And then I'm just going to repeat the same thing on the other side. Okie dokie, so there we go. We have it all where I want it. I don't know if it actually looks like the ocean or not, but I do love the waves. I think that looks really cool. So, next thing we need to do is find a place to put my footy details. What I want to do is use one of these quote cards. So I think I'm going to grab the one here that says, wind in the air, sand in my hair. I'm going to put it on the bottom. But I am going to make a little tab so it sits out. And I'm going to put it on a backing piece of paper. So I'm going to put it on the back of this. So the blue will be the tab. Actually, I might even... So in all of these packs, the backing pieces of cardboard are also decorated. So I might mount it on there first and then mount it on there because I think the blue is just too much, but that way you get the blue tab. So I'm going to go ahead and make that up and I'll be back in just a sec. Okay, so once again, my fabulous assistant is so much smarter than I am and has just pointed out that I'm going to need it to be white on the other side to put all my footy details on. And I don't necessarily want it to be white, but I don't want it to be... I just don't want it to be plain. Well, I didn't want it to be anyway. And then the other thing I've just thought of too is that I've actually got some tab bits in the box. Come here. So I think I'll actually use them instead. Saves me having to use that piece of paper. So I'm just grabbing them. And I'm just going to use... Do I want to use the water one or do I want to use the sand one? I think I'll use the sandy one. Or the shelly one. I'm going to put them back. So I'm just grabbing my scorer and I'm trying to find where I put my little ruler, but I can't find it. So I'm just going to go with this. I'm just going to score along this line just so that it folds over nicely. So I'll just stick that wherever it lines up. I'll probably only sit over 2 holes, not 3. So it's going to line up just there. So I'm just going to gently mark where that sits and then flip it over. No, didn't think it would. So I'll stick that down first and then I'll work out what I'm going to put on the back. So to stick them down, you just cover it up with glue basically, and just make sure you do both sides so that both sides adhere where you want them to. So that's down. I'm just going to rub out that pencil line so that it's not visible. I'm just going to work out what the heck I'm going to put on the back because I need something there. It can't stay white. That's just, it's too white. So I'm going to stick that down first because I know I want that. Oops. I'll punch the holes out while we're here because that's easy enough to do. Okay, so that side's all done. Now I'm just going to find what the heck we're going to do on the back. Alright, I'm going to grab this big sailboat washi. I'm staying with the blues in this collection. If you've seen the walkthrough, you know that there's actually a very green side of this collection as well, which I do really love. Pardon me. But once you've gone with blue, you kind of have to stay with it. So putting that down there. Wow, that sailboat is gorgeous. Whoops. I never really noticed it until I just put it down on that white cardboard. God, it looks pretty. So I'm just cutting off the excess. And the excess has kind of gone over this tab a little bit, but I can get around it, so it's okay. I'm just going to cut off the big bit of excess first and then go back in, cut off neatly. If I then write all my footy details on there, and then I maybe put a sticker at the top, that might look really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and write all my footy details on, and I'll be back in just a second. Alright, so all the details are written there. I just feel like it needs a little sticker in the top corner. You might have seen before I was searching to see if they had number stickers in this pack. I couldn't remember. So I was just having a quick look, and unfortunately they don't. So I wasn't able to use anything there. Just going through here. I think I'm going to use... don't want another boat. I think I'm going to use this little sand dollar. Come on. There we go. So I can remove that post-it note. Okay. So the top and the bottom are done. Now get into the rest of the decorating. Okay, so now I'm just going to jump into the big sticker kit that you get, and I'm just going to this sheet here with the to-do list. So what I'm going to try and do is actually make myself to-do lists on the days that I am home. So I'm just going to grab, to start with, I'm going to get 2 different ones. So I'm going to use this one with the shells on this side. So I'm just going to stick that on Wednesday, because that's my first day off. And then the one with the boats I'm going to stick on Thursday, because that's my other day off. And I'm just going to try, if I can, to sit this under the waves a little bit so that it sits flush with this line. So I'm just sticking it down first and then making sure it doesn't catch top. There we go. So just gives it a bit more of a 3D kind of feel. And then I'm going to grab the day off stickers that are in here as well. I actually grabbed them off just before. Kind of forgot what I was doing for a second. So I'm just grabbing these and just sticking them down the side here. And then the same thing on this side. Actually, I might use the... oh, there isn't a yellow one. No, we'll stay with that. There we go. Whoops. I peeled that one a little bit and now it sort of doesn't look as good. Righto. So now we need to find a way to cover up all of the numbers, because I did cover them up. I'm going to grab some offcuts. I'm actually going to recycle this bit that I used to cut the first time, or to make the waves the first time. And I'm just grabbing this circle hole punch. I don't know where I got this from. I don't actually remember. But I'm just going to cut off 7 little circles. And I've only just got enough paper to do this, so fingers crossed it's enough. It's a very old punch and it's not so sharp anymore, so I'm just trying to get that bit off. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp, I'm going to fix this one because it's a bit furry. So I'm just going to stamp the numbers on here and then kind of use them as stickers. I think I will use the sort of sand side. I just think that looks better. Just tidying these ones up a little bit. So that'll cover up all of those numbers. So that works really, really well. And then ties that back with this as well. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my stamps and do that. And I'll be back in just a second. Alrighty, so all my numbers are now inked, so I'm just waiting for them to dry a little bit just because I don't want to send them through the sticker maker before they're ready. Because they are so small, I'm not going to attempt to actually stick these down using glue tape. They're just too fiddly, so I'm just going to send them through the sticker maker. It's just much easier. That ink actually does dry really fast. I thought it would be wet for a little while, but it's not. Alright, so now all those are on. I just need to remind myself about some birthdays, and unfortunately I don't have a birthday sticker. I really thought I would have something that said birthday. So I think what I'll use instead, oh, the heart's not even there. Okay, I'm going to use some shells or something else along those lines. Do want to grab, I saw it before and I just definitely wanted to use it. I'm just grabbing this one that says weekend, which even though I don't have a weekend, as in I have my weekend during the week, I know it is the weekend. So I'm just going to put that just on here. I always want to use these weekend stickers and I never do, just because for me it's not the weekend. But I do want to grab something to signify a couple of birthdays, if I can find something to use. I think I'll use one of these little wine ones for my auntie's birthday, which is on the 12th. So I'm going to put that over the washi tape and then just write it in. And then Ryan's birthday is on the 11th. So I'm going to use this little one here with the present, just because wine's not really his thing. So I'm just going to cover up where it says birthdays. We're nearly there. I can feel we're nearly there. We just need a couple extra little bits. So I need a sticker here. So I'm grabbing the big sticker kit. I really want to use this girl. I don't know why I do, but I do. So I'm just going to put her up the side here. Just, I feel like that's the busy, like, especially on this one, that's the busy side. So I'm just making sure everything stays over there. Also going to grab this sailboat in the little sticker kit. I'm just going to put, kind of wanted him sailing somewhere. I'm going to put it there. This is another little trick that I saw Sammy do and I'm a little scared to try, but I am going to do it. So I'm just grabbing a white pen and I'm just going to do some little squiggles just up along here, just in sort of random little spots, just to sort of make the waves look a bit more movementy, if that makes sense. So just all freehand, just all, no particular pattern, but just giving it a little bit more movement across both of them. Okay, so that's all done. I'm just noticing these aren't stuck down very well, and I knew they weren't, but I'm just going to grab a little bit of glue tape and try and stick it down a bit better. Alright, so I still have some extra little bits and pieces to put in here. I still have to work out exactly what shifts I'm doing on the weekend. But overall, I think that looks really, really nice. I think the only part that I'm annoyed about, and I don't know still if I can change it, but I'm going to try because it's pissing me off. I don't like this sticker in the middle. So I'm just trying to peel it off really gently. I feel like I've made a lot of mistakes this week. I think it's just because I really don't want to mess this kit up. I really, really love it, and I am scared to use it. I know that sounds really weird because you should want to use it, and I do, but it's almost too pretty to use. Almost. I don't know if this is going to work. Sammy did say that the stickers were really sticky, and I agree with her. They are really sticky. I did it, I got it off. Now I just have to get it back on the other side. So I'm just going to put it over this side instead. I still want to use it, I just wanted to move it. So it's obviously going to look a little weathered, which actually I don't hate. I think it gives it that more beachy look, ridiculously enough. Alright, there we go, now I'm happy. So I'm going to leave it like that. I love the top, I think the top looks fantastic. Not so sold on some of the other bits at the bottom, but as I've kept saying, this kit is just spectacular. I adore it. There's still so much of it that I haven't used. So if you would like to see me use the green side of this kit, just let me know. I'm just looking at it going, it's just missing a few little things. So I'm just grabbing these little shells and just putting them on this bottom corner. There we go. That's all it needed. Just needs a little bit more. Now I'm going to stop. If you do want to see me use the green side of this collection, do let me know. Also, I said in the video when I did the unboxing, this comes with weekly printables, and I'll just grab them, and comes with the weekly planner versions of these. If you'd like to see me decorate those, let me know. That's something I haven't thought of doing. Like I've never had that style of planner before. So if you would like to see me attempt to use those ones, let me know, and I will give that a try as well. Don't forget the live videos coming up on the 16th of August at 8 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time. I'll put all the details down below for you. It's just going to be a live video. If you haven't heard me talk about it before and you'd like more details, just jump back to my office tour video right at the end, and it's all the details that you need are on there. If you do want to see how I use this in other ways and any other of my weekly decorations, make sure you're subscribed, and please give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Hope you guys have an absolutely spectacular week, and I will see you again on Wednesday. See you later. Bye.